sporting nation used to celebrating oval balls and those struck with a bat now rests its hopes on its favorite son. Bafana Bafana, the boys, glory rests upon the backs of Williams, Zwane and Tau, adorned in the gold stripes of Radebe, Kumalo and Masinga before them.
This is a chance, yes! Mark Williams has scored!
28 years since the roar of a nation rang from the waves of Cape Point to the mines of Musina. That roar now echoes to the coast of Ivory. Awaited by pharaohs of Egypt, princes of Nigeria, but first, the great emperors of Mali, South Africa, Bafana Bafana go on to battle with those who stand in the way of once again being crowned the kings of Africa. This is Afcon 2024. This is Onside ZA, brought to you by Betway. Get way more. Ballers, welcome to another episode of Onside ZA, brought to you by Betway, where you get way more. Thank you for joining us once again as we go through all of your favorite football information with your favorite football show on the continent. Joining me today is Mr. Len Moleko.
What up? What do you do?
Also joining me is Tsepi Worldwide. Welcome,
Hello,
darling. Hello, darling. And once again, everybody's favorite super sub.
Danko.
Shall we?
What must I say?
Dango.
That's me.
I mean, there's been some elephants struggling in Cote d'Ivoire, and the elephant in the room is Bafana and Bafana. So I'm going to do the abrupt thing and skip right over and go back to England.
The elephant is Ivory Coast.
Yeah, and they struggled, but it seems like they'll go through on their 3 points.
But we'll get to that.
But we'll get to that.
Yeah, no.
Because the FA Cup fourth round has been going on. And actually, we're just seeing scenes now of Cameroon going through in the Afcon. They've just finished in a dramatic win. A very dramatic win.
Yeah, they left it too late, eh?
Yeah, but the hand of God just happened.
Don't get to a restaurant.
Bro.
It just happened now.
it's
So I'm
giving me
distracted.
nostalgia.
Sorry.
So don't get to a restaurant and go directly and order.
Dessert.
Friend, life is too short. You must just get the dessert.
Bring everything at the same
Is that
time.
even hard?
And the bill on top of it.
So,
Okay, babe. So much.
ballers, thanks for joining in the comments once again. We've got some prizes, but we're waiting for more ballers to access it because we want the ballers that won last week to be on, and we want to give them a chance to come on, and then we're going to announce who won all these prizes because there were 4 big prizes, including the nicest Bafana shirt I've seen in a very, very, very long time.
Facts.
FA Cup, Super Sub. I mean, we're talking FA Cup, but tonight is Chelsea, obviously, against Aston Villa in the 4th round of the FA Cup. But tonight they play Middlesbrough in the 2nd leg of the English Football League Cup semi-final. They're 1-0 down on aggregate against Middlesbrough, but they're playing at home.
Yeah, they should turn around that fixture easily.
Easily.
Chelsea.
Oh,
Chelsea.
it's bold. He doesn't know who's captain at Middlesbrough, who's manager at Middlesbrough.
Who is manager at Middlesbrough?
Michael Carrick. I'm not biased because I'm a Man United fan, okay?
Is say Alex Prodigy, so we know what happens.
No, he's doing very well. He's doing a great job, and we're going to get to another manager elsewhere in Europe who's doing the most phenomenal job in world football, but we will get there. So Chelsea should turn that one around. I think we all agree. But
They're not make sure.
can I be honest?
Yeah.
I removed them from our multi-bet. I just avoided the fixture altogether because it's like, it's a
Really
rocky one.
indecisive, yeah.
Yeah,
First of all, cup football, anything can happen.
that's true. Middlesbrough can come and just surprise everyone
And they might
again.
need it more than Chelsea anyway.
And Middlesbrough just need a draw.
That's it.
They can play for the draw. They could sit, low block, defend. And is this Chelsea side really good enough to break that down? And then Chelsea, let's go back to the FA Cup 4th round draw, where Chelsea were lucky to be drawn at home against Aston Villa because I'd have given them no chance at Villa Park the way that Villa play at Villa Park.
Yeah, that's where the challenge is. You know, that one. Yeah, Villa, the way they've been playing, and we know they're playing enterprising football. The confidence is very high with Villa, and yeah, I
Yep.
think it's going to be a tough one for Chelsea.
Your mic, my friend. Yeah.
Why do you guys switch my mic off? Why did you switch my mic off?
You talk
Okay,
too
you
much.
guys talk amongst yourselves. Let me figure this one
I
out.
can't say anything because my mic is off. Okay, super sub and take me out. This is what you guys talk.
Oh,
It's
wow.
fine.
I see red
But
card
why are
here.
you shouting?
I see red card.
So that the other mics can pick me.
That's unlucky.
Hilarious. Yeah, okay, so guys, FA Cup, to be honest with you, you know, the whole replay situation, I kind of maybe dampened the excitement, but I'm happy that we've moved past that now. And I really am hoping that Chelsea comes out victorious in this one. I think it might also boost their confidence. Your thoughts, Super Sub?
Yeah, the thing is with Chelsea is they blow hot and cold. You know, they play a big club, they go and give this stellar performance, and the next game they just like flat out. So it will be interesting to see, but I don't see them coming out of that fixture against Villa.
You remember Super Sub last year, you were off the belief that they still need a season in order for them to just get their ducks in row.
Yeah.
Do you still feel that way?
Yeah, definitely. I think Pochettino is the right man to in the helm. I think they will turn around that ship, you know. And also, mustn't take away the fact that he has a lot of injuries as well in his squad. You know, your Cucurella's, I think, is still injured. Dylan, I think your mic is back on.
Yeah, and I must apologize officially because it's my fault.
Oh, okay.
You trying to silence me?
Hi guys,
knew it.
Rulani looks cute today.
Thank you. Oh, you mean the coach? Oh, sorry. Yes. I thought you were saying I look cute today.
You look cute every day, my friend.
Yes, you look cute every day. Rulani looks cute today.
I'm loving this Len Moleko driver's hat.
Malume.
It's called Malume's head.
Malume.
Hey, I'm being attacked, but I deserve it for having your
Yes.
mic off for the first
Yes.
5 minutes of the show. I'm sorry.
That's true, man. It's giving.
So the Chelsea Aston Villa game we spoke about, and I think that would have been the standout when I was watching the draw. That would have been the standout fixture until Tottenham Hotspur versus Manchester City,
Yes.
and then it's like how can you draw two fixtures like that? And then obviously Tottenham Hotspur Manchester City, what a fixture!
Yeah, what a fixture here. And that's one I'm nervous of because I know what Tottenham can do to Manchester City, you know. But with Kevin De Bruyne back and Haaland is tipped to be training with the team full on now, yeah, I think it's going to be a very good one, but I don't see Tottenham being a problem, honestly.
But Marco made a very interesting observation the last time we actually almost kind of like try to look at that particular encounter. He mentioned the fact that City haven't scored in London since...
Yes, it was a very good statistic.
Yeah.
I don't remember it offhand, but maybe you can bring it up there.
And
Tepi,
the last time they
Manchester
scored, it
City's
was
last
at
few
Wembley,
fixtures
I
is-
think, yeah?
Yes, that's correct. The last time, and it was Riyad Mahrez who had
Yeah.
scored
Yes.
the last goal against them. So they really have struggled for goals against Spurs in London.
Yeah.
The comments, Chelsea's been ruining my Betway tickets. I've lost hope in them.
He must stay away from Chelsea.
Menzi RSA. Just
by the way-
just move
Who's
them
that?
out. It's Menzi RSA. who
Menzi
says-
doesn't love
Yes.
himself.
Yeah, don't.
And Tito Ngubeni, wow, the shade. It's payback for wearing a Kaizer Chiefs shirt on our opening match, and that's why your mic is not working, my friend. Thanks a lot, you guys. Thanks a lot, you guys. Someone else here saying that Southgate to pick Phillips over Ward-Prowse again. And yes. Oh, another interesting one. Chelsea play to win against big teams and choke against teams they have passed through.
So give Real G, I like his comment, Len can never be silenced.
Well,
Viva Len, viva.
I was for 5 minutes.
yeah.
So yeah, I think it's an interesting fixture. Of course, the rest of the fixtures in the rest of the series of FA Cup fourth rounds is Everton versus Luton Town. Not much to say there. I suppose Everton should be favourites at home against Luton Town.
They should be
Yep.
favourite, but
Facts.
Luton Town are very, very stubborn, eh?
And they showed in the last round of the FA Cup, which they had to play over two fixtures.
Yeah.
I think they were one of the
Guys,
teams that played over two fixtures.
Can I take Malibongwe or 14th Avenue from the N1?
You can off-ramp, my friend.
Thank you very much. Gotcha. Do you feel like currently, ne? It's just a question, and the ballers can also answer it as well. All right? Do you feel like La Liga, Bundesliga, the Premier League, over the past 2 weeks, have not had that thing.
They're not giving.
I'm not feeling it.
They're not giving.
Right?
I'm not feeling it. I
Because-
battled to watch Liverpool over the weekend against
giving.
Like even the
Yeah.
Arsenal game against the 5-0 dropping of Crystal Palace, it just felt like I had 2 hours to spare and nothing to do. Let me just watch.
Is it because it's like that winter dip in quality, or has Afcon been that entertaining?
Afcon.
I
It's
think it's
Afcon
the
dollar.
latter. I
think
think it's
so.
the
Yeah,
latter.
it's Afcon dollar.
I think
It
so.
definitely
Because
is.
I looked forward to 4 o'clock, 7 o'clock.
I've never felt
10
this way
o'clock.
about an Afcon before.
Yeah, no, true.
So who do we give the flowers to, you guys?
I will get there.
You must drive back this
Yeah,
one.
okay, so
Oh, I
I'm
thought
going.
you were off-ramping.
Yes,
Oh,
I'm
God.
going back on the highway.
come
okay,
back.
cool,
Oh,
sharp.
okay.
Yes, I'm
We
back.
are-
I'm
we are-
back.
we are-
I'm
we
back.
are-
Load shedding was.
Yeah,
You
I'm-
just skipped that. Okay.
Yeah, I'm back on the
yeah,
highway.
okay.
now. Yeah.
Hey,
Wow, guys. How do we watch? Okay, wow.
How do we
Continue.
get here? Let's go.
Yeah.
So, are we going back to FA Cup fixtures? Nothing to say about Everton and Luton Town.
nah. not much.
Fulham versus Newcastle. That's a more interesting game.
Yep.
But not much to be said. I mean, Newcastle away from home, too many fixtures, injuries, whatever. But they are the better side than Fulham.
Yeah.
Fulham not a bad side, but they also sort of hot and cold. One day they'll score 3 goals, one day they won't score any.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe you'll fancy Newcastle to go through. It would be nice to see that, especially with the last fixture in the setup being Watford versus Southampton.
Yeah, no, that would be an interesting one, eh?
Battle
Battle
of
of Championship.
Championship, the last 2 championship sides in the FA Cup. So one of them will at least go through to the next round, which is the quarterfinals. Am I correct?
Speaking of Watford, what's his name?
Troy
Deeney
Deeney.
got fired.
Yeah, I
After,
saw,
like,
which is
he got suspended.
Did you see what he said?
No.
He said these players don't want it. What. He complained that the players are lazy.
It's not so.
Yeah.
No, but he had
complained.
that same mentality while playing at Watford as well. He had this thing of like, he was bullish, but in a very not so encouraging way, if you get what I mean. And like,
So
yeah.
would you say he was he was a captain that ruled with sort of like led with a yardstick
an iron fist.
or iron fist? Yeah.
Yeah, I would. He was giving Roy Keane vibes.
Oh,
type
okay.
of- like there was a certain arrogance about him. Yeah, man, that thing was not there about him.
Then for him to be fired, then clearly whatever
It's a
you
clear
are saying
indication.
is there, because I mean he's a legend of the club. He's been with them for years, you know. So for him
he
to
was fired.
No, he was fired
he
from
was
like
from a League 2, League 3.
League 3, like those
Yeah, different
Mapona Pona
Oh,
FC type.
oh,
yeah.
you took-
He's just a
okay.
Watford. The association is purely that he's a Watford legend.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I think I found his comments very interesting on that one, and I think as your early stages in your managerial career, I think it's very interesting to see you comment like that.
But wasn't Roy the same?
Roy did exactly
yeah,
the same
shoot from
thing.
the hip as well.
Yes.
Yeah, and then
Not
even
Hodgson, Keane.
Keane.
Yeah, I'm talking about.
No, I know. I'm just like.
But then
Da,
makes the
da, da.
question: do coaches not get PR trained because there's a certain way in order to say something, but not come as abrasive sometimes.
Yeah, maybe not in League 3. They're not
Yeah.
getting PR training and stuff like that. But Troy Deeney should know better after his years in Premier League
Exactly.
football. But some characters are just those characters.
Yeah,
And
it's
that's
like-
why I like what Len
how-
said,
how-
like Roy Keane is just one of those characters.
How do you PR Jose?
No, you don't.
You know.
He got fired, didn't he?
We're getting there.
Oh, he
We're
did.
getting
Yes,
there.
he did.
Relax. We're getting there.
So,
He's off ramping a lot today.
Hey, it's okay.
It's the Malume head.
I know, but
And you know what they say?
Somebody said I look like a taxi
giving
driver.
taxi driver,
So
exactly.
I'm picking up passengers there on the off ramp. You see, that's why.
You don't even indicate.
Okay, so that's the FA Cup 4th round, and then we alluded to the Chelsea fixture today against Middlesbrough for the English Football League Cup,
Yeah.
which Manchester United have relinquished the title very quickly in that one. So there will be a new champion in the English Football League Cup.
Yeah.
Liverpool. That's
It's more like
That's
It's
not
more
how-
likely,
yeah.
Yeah,
More
they're a
likely.
good side. They're playing good football. Even missing Salah, they didn't seem to miss him too much in that fixture. Diogo Jota is...
stepped
yeah,
up. Yeah.
he stepped up. Eh?
And As much trouble as I give Darwin Nunez on the show, and I want to actually see the ballers' comments as I'm saying this. I joke about Darwin Nunez.
There's one in particular comment from the ballers, and it's from Menzi again. I'm just going to say it, and then we're going to park it on the side of the road. Why am I loving the road so much today? But anyway. So Menzi RSA says, hi, Afcon is not giving. It's only nice because Bafana got results, and we are hopeful. La Liga is boring with Madrid buying games. EPL is nice. We'll come back to that.
Of course.
Sure.
It was worth mentioning.
It was worth a mention.
But the mention that I think is worth mentioning is let's give some flowers to Darwin Nunez. 10 goals, 10 assists. The first player to hit double digits on goals and assists this season.
Wow, well done.
Quite interesting gift saying that Salah was blocking Nunez. What are your thoughts on that one?
It's always been like a lot of Liverpool, even when Mane was there, they said Mane sometimes actually have a good game when Salah is not there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't call it blocking a player. In every team,
It's
there
just
is that player that is your target man. You
Every
know,
team is
it's
a
like,
superstar.
Yeah, it's a superstar. It's the same thing with Lionel Messi during Ibrahimovic era. Ibrahimovic, Zlatan.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Yeah, he didn't like the fact that everything was centered around Messi. You know?
Yeah, he couldn't shine at Barcelona.
You know, so it's just one of those things.
Benzema
that-
had to accept, like, yo, there's Ronaldo. But
There's
is
Ronaldo,
what it
and
is.
when Ronaldo left,
I'm one-on-one with the keeper. Hey, CR, where are you? Okay, let me pass you. Score the goal type of vibes.
yeah, So I think it's a lot of times it's strategic, and also that's how football rolls in a way, you know.
Darwin is a hard worker, says Azile. And we as LFC fans give him a pass because he's contributing in his own way. We love him.
No, for sure. And the beauty about it is you then realize it's I kind of almost feel bad for Mo Salah because in between where he is, Liverpool are performing.
Yeah.
No Salah, no problem.
Well, that's
Egypt-
far. Yeah.
It, to a degree, also look like there's a level of togetherness, solidity. I don't know if it's because star boy is not star boy is Saka, sorry. Star player is not there, and we have to step up so that we don't show who they are. Okay, our play is surrounded by or is
This one
it
individual.
surrounds this person, and without him, we're gonna struggle. So let's push ourselves even further, or it's just one of those things that click. It's like, you know, when you hear, you know how much I have to step up when I'm my friend.
I think it's an interesting one because Nunez is clearly best as a number 9 and Salah is best as a right winger coming in onto that left foot. So they shouldn't be
Competing in a way.
competing.
Salah they should be feeding off each other.
Nunez is the Firmino replacement.
Definitely.
And then Diaz is the replacement for Mane.
Yeah.
And
But
that should be the front three, really, for Liverpool. And it hasn't clicked all the time. Diogo Jota has always sort of been brought into Liverpool as a substitute striker, as a player who's going to come
like
in
a
off
super
the bench,
sub.
like a super sub. But I think that's it's interesting. And sometimes a player just needs a season or a season and a half in the
Definitely.
Premier League because he was fantastic at Benfica, and that's why Liverpool paid such big money for him. So it's his time to shine, and I suppose if he can keep his current vein of form up, then why not expect him to go on to greater things?
Yeah, for me, I think the biggest problem that I think as fans that we did as well when Liverpool signed him, I think it was a little bit unfair on him. We compared him to Haaland.
Price tag.
Well, I suppose the price
I mean,
tag,
it comes
which
with
is
territory.
fair again, you know what I mean? But when you look at what Haaland was giving and versus to what he was giving, it looked like it was chalk and cheese, and he looked mediocre, you know, but you could see that he was a hard worker. It was just a matter of time until he get his form. And I remember I think it was sometime last year we talked about him when he scored a brace, and I said I think this is going to be a turnaround for Nunez. I think his confidence is going to skyrocket from here, and he should have a good season.
So it's basically that thing that we spoke about again last year, in that we tend to judge players too soon, especially those that come into the Premier League from other leagues, and we expect them to hit the ground running. It's not necessarily the case that you'll be playing in La Liga or Ligue 1 or Bundesliga or some obscure league in wherever, right? And you are good there, you are comfortable, and suddenly you come to the Premier League because $1 million was paid for you, and we want 30 goals a season, or we want clean sheet after clean sheet after clean sheet. It's not necessarily the case because firstly, you are in foreign land. Language might be a barrier. You miss your family. The weather is English weather.
Yeah.
And all those things, you almost have to like acclimatize to them.
I agree.
From the onset. And us as fans sitting there at home, there in our blankets next to the heater, it'd be like, we need goals. This one is useless. In 5 goals and you haven't scored anything. That for me is unfair.
I agree, but unfortunately, it comes with the territory. I mean, if you come with a big price tag, we naturally expect you to just be able to withstand all these ills. I mean, we are, we put a lot of pressure on these people. I mean, Lyle, for example, I mean, as much as we understand that he might have, mental health challenges sometimes, but we expect him to still be at his best and still perform nonetheless. That's how it is, unfortunately.
Everybody has an off day.
I agree.
Did I just hear you are absolving
And that's why I wanted
Onana?
to talk about it.
Huh?
Yeah.
No.
Wait, okay.
We'll get there.
Wait. Tema, comrades.
We'll get there.
Okay, so away from Liverpool and away from Haaland and away from the big name strikers in big 6 sides, there's a big name striker who likes a bit of a punt. Not a toe punt, but a punt in the books. Ivan Toney.
I love what you did there. That was so shady. That was the shadiest.
He fancies a punt, but he fancies a goal too. Ivan Toney straight back into the team and he overtakes Anthony on the goal scoring list for the season.
How's that, eh?
But we did say, we not say this last week? In fact, I think we were polarized because, I was saying, and including you, Super Sub, that he's going to come in and hit the ground running, and that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, even
But
Michael
we said that it
said
might take some time to get back into it because he's been out of the game for so long.
Yeah.
Straight back in.
Was his goal fair though? Because
That's also a very good question.
where the foul happened and where the kick was taken were 2 different positions.
Okay, but in saying that, it was the goal fair, etc., that would only be statistical changes. At the end of the day, the real physical moment in the game where he had to score a goal, he scored a goal.
he's got a goal.
No, granted.
So
But was it fair?
What are the rules? I mean,
So
let's just dive into that, delve
wasn't.
into that quickly. Yeah.
So when a free kick, when a foul is committed,
You take
it from there and you do not remove the referee's line.
Spray.
Yes.
And if you do remove the spray,
It's an-
the ball must still be placed exactly in the spray area. It's if you're removing the spray, it's blatant cheating. Like I don't think we need a rule book to see that.
Yeah, look, it's an old trick in football. That's why the spray was introduced. We used to
It's like
move the free kick.
it's like with corners. Have you noticed that there is in modern day football, you literally move it to the last blade.
Tip, yeah.
So long as there's a
Where
little
the-
bit of the ball inside the line.
No, but what Toney did was it was not even like there was a bit of
Yeah,
distance, and I say distance I'm using the word loosely, but from where the foul happened to where he took the kick, and unfortunately that resulted in the goal.
and it stood.
But you can't VAR from there. That's the other thing.
So he's got a legit goal.
Hey, man, it is what it is. Anything to keep him off, other things.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just asking about the fairness of it.
It was not fair.
Okay.
But football is not fair sometimes.
No, it's fine.
Tito Ngubweni
exactly,
asks, do we
yes.
believe in controversy
Yes.
on this podcast? Is there match fixing involved? In the Premier League,
Is there? I mean, someone
Very
mentioned
little.
something about Real Madrid buying.
that's accurate. We know what happens in Spain and Italy.
Oh, tell us,
And,
please.
No, they don't pay taxes. That's as far as I
they
know.
will
Pay
dodge
referees
taxes.
though. They definitely pay referees. Barcelona got into trouble for paying a referee's commission, and they got into trouble, and they seem to.
Fade out.
Here you go. Barca, you bad Barcelona
Naughty.
paying referee commissions.
Go sit there in the naughty corner.
Go and maybe, I don't know, we're just going to say you bad, okay? But everything's fine.
But if you lose, I mean, I suppose there's, if you lose Barcelona in that league, then your pockets are gonna literally
It's down.
It's gonna go to. Look, Atletico are doing very well, but
Oh yeah, they were playing yesterday. Hey, I think they were playing Girona. I saw some highlights. Yeah, when we had the Equatorial Guinea match, I promise you, man, I saw this.
Afcon has consumed us so much.
Girona played a separate fixture.
What were they playing yesterday?
that's why I can't wait to
They
get to
all
the
played
Afcon
their
chat.
Serie A fixtures.
Is it?
Yeah.
Can you double check?
Are we able
'Cause
to like
I remember
run
seeing
through
an Atletico match
this
yesterday?
boring
They'll play Granada.
European football?
They were
Like,
playing
Okay,
Granada.
yeah,
We want to
let's
get
get
to
Oh,
the
this
yes,
quickly.
they were playing Granada.
Let's get through this quickly. Yeah. So anyway, where were we? Yes, the match fixing. I think there's always an element of it. I think the Premier League shows the least of it.
Yeah.
It's the least obvious place where there's influence. Sometimes match fixing isn't match fixing that we think. Sometimes a referee is influenced by the atmosphere of a ground. You can feel it sometimes, like a ground like Old Trafford might influence a referee to sway decisions in Manchester
Pressure.
United's
Or
way.
Anfield on a Wednesday
Or Anfield
night.
as well. A referee might feel pressure to push decisions that way. So I
And
don't
I
know
mean,
if
they
we'd
are
go...
human, and I don't think that a
They've
person
got
can be
VAR.
as impartial as
Yeah.
it'd like to be
They've got
sometimes.
VAR.
But what we can say about VAR in England is not match fixing or someone getting paid. It's just pure incompetence. We see it every week. They're probably the worst at it.
And
What if
isn't it
you're getting-
refreshing to see that? I feel like VAR in Afcon, and yes, I know we're going there. I believe that
getting
the
there.
VAR has
I think
been-
everybody is just so excited. We can't wait to
Listen.
get there.
and I'll say this very quickly before we move on.
Yes.
The officiating overall at Afcon has been top notch, exceptional,
Stellar.
high level officiating all round.
I agree.
Roy Hodgson under pressure at Crystal Palace. His time has come.
Yeah,
I mean,
know.
after that 5-0, you can't even.
And I said the old man must just go and was it
Retire.
on the same pod we spoke? He must just go look after his kids and his grandkids.
No,
He's done a great job.
he's done a great job. Now he's just tenting his legacy, and
Yeah.
I don't think it's good for his health. I mean, we know EPL, it's high pressure, and for him to go to put himself through that, I think is being a little bit unfair on himself.
It is quite unfortunate, though, Supersap, that some people have immersed themselves and dedicated their entire careers to, football, whichever profession, that they've nothing else.
But you can still
To
do
look forward
other
to.
things.
I
you know?
agree, you
I
know?
think coaching at Premier League is just the highest level.
He should have some sort of advisory role maybe at Crystal Palace.
Look at Sir Alex Ferguson.
Because
He must go play golf.
the manager, the owner of Crystal Palace seems to call him all the time and be
No,
like,
no.
come on, Roy, we need you, whatever. He loves him. So
He can
maybe
have
he
an
should have another
adversary
role.
role.
Yeah. And either an ambassadorial role or some sort of other technical role that has less pressure than manager, and bring someone in who can change Crystal Palace's fortunes. And I don't think there's a shortage of managers who will want that job. Crystal Palace, a great side to
I
manage.
saw somebody in the stands on Saturday.
Who, friend?
What did you see?
Anyway, it's fine.
Speaking of,
It was Graham Potter. He was at the Palace game.
that
okay.
would be an interesting
Oh,
one.
they must get AVB.
That's
No,
also
he
not
wants
a
to be
bad move.
president of Porto, that guy. He's not interested in being a coach anymore.
And signing of the window, I don't care who signs who. Lionel Messi can sign for any club. Cristiano Ronaldo can sign for any club. Benzema, Mbappe, whoever can sign anywhere for this window. The signing of the window is going to be Omar Berrada going from Manchester City to Manchester United. He is
Oh, that
the
man.
director.
Oh, and that was
CEO.
a
The
great...
club director, the
yeah.
CEO.
Yeah.
And the CEO of football operations. He doesn't need to show his CV for us to know what he's done.
Yep.
Look how successful Manchester City have been under his.
But he's mostly involved in the commercial side of football.
Yes,
right?
he does. He was a CFO, wasn't he? He was CFO and he's going to be CEO now. So it's actually going up a bit.
They must have give him a hefty. They must have given him something that is really, really big. Because I mean, he was CEO of 11, all those 11, like this, the whole City group, and for him to leave that position just for Manchester United, whatever they've promised him, it must be lucrative.
But it must also be an interesting challenge for him because it gets monotonous sometimes doing the same thing, doing it well. But I mean, going to a Man U who is, going through some challenges is going to be nice. And also from a Man U perspective, Ratcliffe, that decision was quite strategic, considering also they are clearly starting, on a much, much, much better site.
Well, he's not allowed to start his role until the summer,
Yes.
which would be very strategically unfair on Manchester City, as he knows everything that they're planning for this January window, etc.
No, until the winter.
So until our winter.
Yes.
Oh, well, they can just send. They can just, it's one of those things where I just feel like, if he wants to give them information, he can still give them information.
Yeah.
But
I
I'm
like
sure
two
there is a
comments here.
clause. I'm sure there's an NDA or something that
Yeah.
he cannot,
Also, did
I like these comments here. He's escaping the 115 charges. 2 people mentioning
There's
it.
also that. Did Manchester United check his qualifications? I'm just wondering.
Well,
You don't need to. It's fine. Don't worry. Manchester United don't do things like that.
Okay.
They've
Yeah.
signed Anthony for nearly 100 million pounds.
No
they don't
qualifi-
check.
They
check
signed
nothing.
Onana. Okay.
They don't check.
Man
Don't worry.
United don't check qualifications.
They don't check
That's
nothing.
good. Okay.
Don't worry.
they signed Vegas.
Oh no, he was COO, not CFO. It was COO, and now it's going to be
Operations, yeah,
CEO.
that's what he was. It's a
Yes,
technical
not
role,
FO.
not
Yes, it's
not a
operations.
commercial role.
Yes.
And it's also makes sense because Elios Group have no commercial insight in Manchester United. They have no commercial effect. They've still trusted the Glazers to completely continue the path of the commercial efforts of Manchester United, which
they're
they've
just in
been
the
very
back.
good at. They've been very good at the commercial side of things. So it's just about the technical side of things. And last comment, Tito Ngubeni saying Jose is unemployed. Please don't Jose Mourinho Crystal Palace. Please.
No.
Please. Give the man some respect.
Yeah.
Give Jose some respect.
He might want to go, but anyway, it is what it is.
Maybe, but then he might as well go manage. I don't know.
Yeah, still on Manchester City. West Ham and Manchester City have agreed a loan deal for Kalvin Phillips.
That is a very good one as well, with a buy option clause in the contract. So Manchester City have given up on keeping Phillips as a player in
shame.
future, which makes sense. I mean, you don't want to just loan him out and then bring him back. But yes, I don't think he's played enough football for a club to pay a fee for him. So for him to go on loan, prove himself, and then allow West Ham to see if they want to pay the fee for him in the summer.
Super
in
sub
the winter.
Man City supporter. What are your thoughts on this one?
No, look, I mean the guy is a great player,
Phillips,
but
yeah.
but he failed to penetrate in Pep's squad, and it's unfair to just keep such talent on the bench. Let him go and play football elsewhere.
Do you think he's been fit enough in his time in City? I mean,
No,
Man
he's not
City
been
have
fit
had,
enough.
Man City have had lots of injuries where Rodri wasn't playing, etc., and he still couldn't penetrate the side.
It was one of the issues. Remember, it was one of the issues that
Fitness
Pep
is an
had.
issue.
Yeah, so and
He has to look at himself as to why he didn't penetrate that City squad. Not at the manager, not at City.
I don't think it's a personal move. I think it was not working out, and I think they will both agree that this is the best move for him.
Well, we wish him all the best at West Ham.
Yeah, shame, man.
Do you stay at West Ham or do you look for
Well, they're
How
the
old is
ones
he?
with the buy
a
option.
move? No, I know, but I'm just saying, do you stay with the buy option? You can always, the option is, obviously there are other suitors that are going to come in, right?
Yeah, but that's not dependent on him. Remember, he's still contracted to City.
I'm saying if a better offer comes in,
And City accept it, and he
Why
accepts.
not?
Why not? If he succeeds at West Ham, why not stay at West Ham? If he has a successful spell at West Ham, where else would you go? Like if he has a great spell at West Ham, and maybe I see a comment here about him fitting into the Tottenham Hotspur side,
that's also another option.
that could be.
Hey, but they're a high pressing game. Yes,
Sure.
It's,
He
it's,
needs
it's
to
a
be
bit
fit.
slow.
He needs to be
He needs to be
Exactly.
really, really fit. Yeah.
But then that fitness, maybe the regime or the training regime at City is not one that actually works with his system. Because sometimes it's not about you wanting to do certain things. There's an interesting conversation I had with a former player, but you will hear it, will give details about what that story is about. And sometimes as a player, there are things that you are made to do and you just simply don't agree with them.
Such as?
In training. I was like, go up. The
Then you don't belong in that club because
and that's why you don't get played.
Obviously, if you sign for a club, there's rules and regulations,
Yeah, we do as the
structures.
Romans do.
When we train, how we train,
You-
and all
Yeah.
of those.
No, I
And-
think it's
and-
easy to say you don't belong at that club or you don't belong with that manager. And when it's Manchester City, it's the same thing. But when it's a club that's struggling and you don't like what the manager's doing and saying whatever, he might not be there long anyway. So you might be at the right club, but with the wrong manager.
But also, why would I, as a player, go against what I've seen being done and working and bringing in titles?
But I
Yeah,
am
no,
a player.
not at City.
No, granted, I'm a player. I've got my own mind. I know how to read the game. I know ball. And you're gonna say, no, today we are gonna run like we are running the comrades. It's like, but why are we running?
But that's why, remember, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, we all have CEOs, we all have people that we have to answer to. And look, if you are going to be that person that does not want to follow instructions, then you become coach. Do not be a player, because you need to be a person that is subservient, that's able to follow instructions.
But
It's that simple.
a machine works with different parts.
Okay.
Even if an engine works with different parts, right? If one part breaks, the entire engine won't work effectively. And the engine that was used in a Porsche Carrera in 1940 is not the same engine that's used in a Porsche now. So if you come in and be like, no man, improvements to this Porsche 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do you think? What can I learn from you? Da 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 da. And this person goes and blows hot air, was piña.
Yeah.
Then it's gonna be like, this is not gonna work for me.
I get it, but there's also a way to go about it.
Yeah, look, man.
There's always a way to go about it. And you need to firstly, number one, listen to instructions, and slowly then ease into having a conversation where you can contribute positively.
But if
you can disagree with your coach. There's
It's
nothing
okay.
wrong with
That's
that.
what I'm saying.
We've
But
seen
there's
it
a way to
happening,
go about it.
But it does not. If at the end of the day you go on the field, you are judged based on what you deliver on the field.
But did he go on the field?
Yes, he played 31 games.
Speaking of coaches, guys, I have a list here. It's actually just 5 coaches in the 2023-24 season in the Premier League that have lost their jobs. They have been sacked already. So the first club is Wolves. So they've let go. In fact, Wolves have let go of 2 coaches according to this list. It's sack date. It's Julian Lopetegui.
Lopetegui.
There we go. Lopetegui, so it's French.
Lopetegui.
Yes, so it's French, hey? And then we also have from Sheffield United, Paul Heckingbottom was also let go of. And in December 1st, we had Steve Cooper, and he was let go of at Nottingham Forest. And it looks as though there just might be more. By the way, who do you
obvious.
think has their job on the line as we speak?
Roy Hodgson.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Eric Ten Hag, maybe.
And I just wonder how long Vincent Kompany is gonna hold on into
Even
that.
me.
Also true.
Yeah.
Anyway, before I forget to announce all these winners for last week's 4 prizes, because I'm going to forget and then it's a problem. Then I have to
Again.
announce next week. What? Gift Real G, are you a medium?
If he's not, he better bulk up or bulk down. There's such a thing.
One of the
Either get to the gym, either lift weights or run on the treadmill, because this shirt has your name on the back.
two.
It's in invisible ink. But anyway, Gift Real G. Thank
You
you for
are a
being
G,
great
my
commenter.
friend.
You're a
If
G.
he wants, I can write it with a cocky pen and write gift real G at the back.
Yeah, over here. for you.
Yes, I'll write it at the back. Don't worry, gift. I got you. I'm gonna write it with a cocky pen.
Comment very quickly if he mustn't before he does it. But congratulations. That Bafana shirt is yours. Hey, yes, he is. He is a medium. Okay,
Wow,
congratulations.
nice one, gift.
Nayo Isaacs, you won a Betway hamper. So send your details. All the winners, contact me on Instagram or Twitter, and we'll make sure that those go out to you guys. Then we have 2 top-ups as well, Betway account top-ups. Abraham Mongana, you get a 500 Rand Betway top-up. And Deeney Mudau. Deeney.
Deny.
And
Dow.
Very
Congratulations. You also won a 500 Rand Betway
big ups,
top up.
big ups, big ups, big ups.
Yes,
Hopefully
everyone.
they are on Betway.
Yeah, everyone who's on here on this list, you do have to, we did say last week already, you do have to already be a Betway subscriber or Betway user to get these prizes. So be sure to just send us confirmation of all of that, etc. We'll discuss it in those DMs.
Are
So,
those winners
thank you very
all there in
much.
the comments today?
No.
Oh.
But hey,
They'll
if
watch
you miss
back,
out,
it's fine. The train is gone.
if you miss out, there's a rollover.
Wow.
You know? So if you're not in the comments here and you watch the show tomorrow or whatever, you can still contact. But
If you don't do it by the time we
we
do the
broadcast
next
week.
show, then
Yeah.
we are moving.
Congratulations, guys. Well done. So, Tsepi, darling,
Yes, sweetness.
hey, I'm tired of England. Let's jet off. Let's
go.
Let's go. This is Around the World with Tsepi Worldwide, brought to you by Betway, where you get way more.
Okay, but this one is also, I don't understand why these things are still happening in 2024. And I'm talking about the situation that happened at AC Milan. Please tell me if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. It's Michael Mainan.
At AC Milan.
Yes,
The
darling,
goalkeeper.
the goalkeeper. How do you pronounce his,
Isn't Magnan?
it's Maiganon.
Yes.
Maiganon?
It sounds right about right.
Right.
I haven't used AC Milan on FIFA, so
Yes, so there were racial slurs that were hailed at
explain to
him,
you.
and that's something that we should not be dealing with in 2024. We said no space for racism. What is the logo? What's the
No room for racism.
no room,
room
for
for
racism?
racism.
And Kick It Out was the UK campaign.
Nazo.
and then there's Italy.
Then there's
Then
Italy.
there's Italy.
Yeah.
Now, Italy Football Club Udinese have ordered to play a match behind closed doors following the racist abuse, which is great, directed at Mike Mignon. And something also that I quite enjoyed is that the players walked off the pitch. Solidarity.
Big ups
on them.
That's
Big
what
ups,
we need.
big ups,
Yeah.
big ups.
We're tired of this from Italy in particular. We've seen it a lot in Russia, and it's sort of in Russia, you know, it's Russia.
I think
you know what I'm saying?
the war distracted them, so they stopped it.
Yeah.
So, but
But it will
it's
come back
stopped.
when Russian football comes back one day, whatever.
Yeah.
But this needs to go from Italy. We see it all the time. We see
Yeah,
it all
no,
the
it's
time in
terrible
Italy.
there.
It's terrible. And
Spain as well.
Spain has those issues as well.
Yeah.
But we really see it all the time there. And it
Does
needs to go.
not belong
Yeah.
to
And
football.
I mean, there can't be a big enough punishment in my eyes for this because it needs to end somehow.
Let me tell
And
you what
I don't
happened to
know
the
what-
guy.
Oh, the individual who was caught.
Yes, darling. So it says here that the man suspected of shouting racist abuse towards the man has been banned for every football stadium in Italy for 5 years.
Bravo,
No, why 5 years?
bravo,
Should have been banned for
bravo.
life.
You should have been
You should
banned
be
for
banned
life.
for
Five
life.
years, yeah.
Nah, 5 years. That's not a sanction.
Yeah, so in addition to the nationwide sanction imposed by the Udinese Public Prosecutor's Office, Udinese have been banned from its Blue Energy Stadium for life. Police are also looking at CCTV and social media to try to identify any others who may be involved. So if you were saying such things, then they are looking for you.
Okay, so banned as an Udinese fan, he's now never allowed to go back to the Udinese stadium
Yeah.
ever again.
Yes, yes.
Which is great.
yeah.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
And a 5-year ban from all stadiums around
all
Italy.
stadiums in Italy. Yeah.
Hey, I would have liked a longer ban or a lifetime ban, but at least they're identifying the individuals and they're suffering the punishment.
You know
I
what's
agree.
sad?
You see even kids doing it.
No, well, that's not the sad part. But
That
I
is
get-
also sad. What's happening, Len?
Grow a heart.
Hey,
Have them kids, man. No, I was gonna say, like, what's said is, and unfortunately, that's just how life is designed. The same guy is gonna go home behind closed doors, still shout the same slurs at the television. So, is also a ban a good enough sanction to actually make a proper statement on some, like, no,
So what do
let's
you do?
kick this out. Go to jail.
Do you chop his tongue off?
No, go to jail. Go try have those slurs in jail and let's see what happens to you.
Yeah, I suppose you've got a point there. Look, I mean, even Gianni Infantino, I think he came out to say, it does feel that, the punishment of just banning the banning the guys from the stadium is not adequate enough. However, but what do you do more? Because at the end of the day, football needs to continue. Because I think he mentioned something like, you have to like deduct points and all of that. But that I don't think it's fair, because I can just wear a Manchester United jersey and go to the stadium and utter those racial slurs, So I think, as long as they know that when they get caught, there is the repercussions, and I agree with Len. I think they can be a little bit more harsher, in terms of maybe a little bit of jail sentence, to just teach them a lesson, but it needs to be eradicated out of football completely, because it does not belong there. Football is supposed to unite, not divide.
Yeah, fully agreed. Tepe, where are we jetting off to next?
So yes, we were in Italy. So we are now jetting. Well, we are still going to be in Italy. We are in Rome. Luigi Gigi Riva, Italy's leading all-time national team goal scorer, died at the age of 79. The Italian Football Association said in a statement on Monday, bidding him farewell to one of the best strikers of all time. Something quite interesting about him. He was the winner of the UEFA European Championship back in 1968 for Italy. And he also was a runner-up, a part of the runner-up squad in the World Cup back in 1970 in Mexico.
Who won that World Cup in 1970 in Mexico?
I wonder.
Brazil.
Was it Brazil?
It's
Didn't
the
they win
easiest-
72 and 68?
It's the easiest name to go to because
It's a
they
good
won
one.
They
five
won
and they
most
were
of them.
dominant around that time. So that's why I was like, hey man, it was Brazil.
It has to be Brazil.
Yeah.
And he did also manage the Italian team back in 1988 all the way until 2013.
No, I'm not
young
gonna
man,
lie, I
rest in
don't know
peace to
him.
And is he not the all-time top goal
Did
scorer
you-
for?
Yes, yes,
Did
yes,
you
like I
really just
mentioned, yeah.
guess Brazil?
Yes.
Like random guess?
Was it Brazil?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, look
That's
at
why
you.
I thought it was.
No.
I thought you were being funny.
No, the logic behind I swear to you, I just randomly guessed it because from when the World Cup was the inception of the World Cup in 1930, obviously that was won by Uruguay. Brazil have been the dominant team, and around 1970, I mean, who was star boy in the world?
It was Pele.
Thank you very much. So logic dictated that I go to Brazil.
You know what, Len Moleko, you're making more and more sense every week.
Nah.
Let's jet off elsewhere, Tepe.
Okay, very, very quickly, we're bringing it back to South Africa. This one is not football related, but it is sport, and therefore I feel like it's only fitting that I mention this. Dricus du Plessis,
Ah, yes, Dricus.
congratulations. He's the first South African mixed martial arts MMA fighter to hold a title belt at the prestigious UFC, and obviously now also being the Ultimate Fighting Championship. A champion for the middleweight title. So congratulations.
Congratulations to Dricus. Did you see his face afterwards?
Yeah, he
To him. When
looked
he
like
was having breakfast, it looked painful. Hey.
Yeah. No. Well, I can take those punches if I'm gonna be $1 million.
$1 million.
Bring me those punches.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna last 25 minutes, but hey.
Hey, I don't know. So I think I'd rather fight in a UFC fight than play against Xabi Alonso's Bayer Leverkusen side. At the moment, boy, oh boy, how good is Xabi Alonso made Bayer Leverkusen? Top of the Bundesliga, unbeaten throughout the season. The only team to remain unbeaten in all of Europe's top 5 leagues.
yeah, man is a bowler. Look, there was an interview that Jose did a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And he was asked about Alonso, and he was like, literally, when this guy retires, he's probably going to be one of the top, because he likes repeating certain words.
Yeah.
It's like top. So he won't just say top coach.
Yeah.
It's like he's going to be a top manager in world football. And it's unraveling now.
Yeah, no,
And
definitely.
as he said that, he mentioned the managers that Xabi Alonso played under,
Yes.
which included Rafa Benitez.
Yes.
Or at
It
Liverpool.
included at Liverpool.
Yes.
It included Carlo Ancelotti. It included Jose Mourinho. It included
Pep Guardiola.
Pep Guardiola. Yes, under Bayern Munich.
Under, at
Bayern.
And
Yes.
Pep Guardiola
at the
under
later
Bayern.
part of his career.
These are the managers he played under.
And you can argue who's the old man who won the World Cup with Spain in 2010?
Scolari.
No,
it was not Scolari.
Scolari won the World Cup with Brazil.
Yes.
The old man who was coach man for Real Madrid during the Galactico era. What's his name, man? What's his name?
I only remember the Italian. What was his name?
Who was Spain's coach during the 2010
Fabio
World Cup?
Capello. But it wasn't Fabio
No, it
Capello.
wasn't
Vicente
Fabio.
del Bosque.
Oh,
Vicente
Vicente
del
del Bosque.
Bosque. So you can add those kind of managers in the influence that Xabi Alonso had in terms of his. And it's funny that you get those players who were playing in the midfield are turning out to become some hectically good coaches right now.
Yeah.
Pep was a midfielder, right?
Was a defender.
Midfield, defensive midfield.
Defensive midfielder. Arteta was a midfielder.
It's always midfielders. Eh?
Yes. Xabi Alonso, Iniesta,
Zizou,
Ancelotti.
Don Carlo.
Yes.
Mourinho.
Aye, Jose Mourinho was a translator. That was the height of his pre-managerial career.
I had to offer him there.
Alex
Come back,
Ferguson
come
was
back.
a striker.
Yes.
For Scotland and
one
Rangers.
person.
What about who's this guy who just literally had a job for 3 months? He was coming from MLS. The white boy?
Frank Lampard.
No, not Frank.
Wayne
Rooney.
Rooney.
He was
Yeah, but
fired
he's a
again.
pub
Striker.
manager.
Yeah, exactly.
But Len, do me a favor. Go look at Luis Felipe Scolari and Vincente Del Bosque.
They look the same.
They look the same.
Okay. I see where the confusion came from.
Sticking with managers, one of the greatest of all time, Jose Mourinho parts ways with Roma.
Oh, that's what we
after
have for you worldwide.
Oh.
Yeah, we done.
Oh yeah, that was Around the World with Tepi Worldwide, brought to you by Betway, where you get
way more.
way more.
Yeah.
Guys, can we go to Afcon?
Okay. Jordan Henderson signed for Ajax. No one cares. Karim Benzema is very unhappy in Saudi. Also, no one cares.
Okay.
They went there. They knew what.
And
But
now,
Mourinho could be going to England
Huh?
to coach England.
Who?
Mourinho. I
that
read
could
somewhere.
be very
Is it?
interesting.
I read
For the
somewhere.
Euros.
You can check for me. That's happy.
That could be interesting.
But
Enough
Mourinho
to put
hates-
off Afcon for 2 minutes.
Mourinho hates international football, though.
Yeah,
But he
but
he
you know when
always
a manager-
wanted to be the manager of Portugal, and now Roberto Martinez
Yeah.
is the Portugal manager, and he has won every single fixture since he's been manager at Portugal. So I don't think they should be changing managers right now.
Yeah, no, I don't think. But you know
But
when
England could, because I don't think Gareth Southgate's doing a great job as
Yeah.
England manager.
He's okay. He's okay. He likes being the bridesmaid.
Yeah,
But he
look-
likes also choosing players that aren't even playing games. He's just got his favorite boys, and then they're not even playing, and then they perform poorly in an England shirt. It just doesn't.
But
make
again,
sense.
whenever there's like a manager, like a prolific manager or a player that is out there free, all these like fake news always pops us left, right, center.
Yeah.
Well,
Len
according to
Moleko.
this, the latest that I'm seeing is that there were reports that he might be going to the Saudi Pro League.
Yeah,
Never.
Al Shabab.
Everybody's leaving. Why would he go
Yeah,
there?
it looked like he turned that one down, and it
Yes,
looks like his
yes.
timing was good because it seems like no one's happy in Saudi. It's going to become the new Chinese league. It all happened for a little bit and then disappeared. Len Moleko, PSL, uncertainty at Swallows. What's happening? They don't want to pay players. I don't know.
Do they have the money?
Do you know what? Ne?
This is Len Maleko's round.
Yes. This is a Len Moleko rant brought to you by Betway, where you get way more.
And for those who don't know, Len loves Swallows.
He does.
As a franchise.
He does. He really does.
For other reasons, I don't know if I'm allowed to mention
You
them,
can
but
mention them. It's fine.
his father supported Swallows.
My dad as well.
His late
Number
father.
nine.
So it was inherited
Okay.
type of vibes. So it really hurts me to see what's going on with the club. It's there's an example that I made earlier on in that the first time Swallows went into problems, right? Cool. We were all sad. We were like, okay, no, we want them to come back and all of this. They came back with some obscure name that did not have Moroka in it
It was just
because
Swallows.
of all the other things.
Yeah.
Right? Now they come back and everybody is happy.
Yeah.
And then there is a sign of problems, a sign of trouble. When we had Cheese Boy right here in the studio telling us, no, me, I just got a call while chilling with my wife on some, contract is done.
Shining my boots.
Even though he was promised a renewal on his contract an extra year.
Yeah.
And they
After
said,
helping them get promoted.
yes.
And the issue with the players not being paid is not something new that is currently happening or was happening in December when the players refused to play. Even during the time when the likes of Cheese Boy and who's the guy who's one of the oldest players, I forget his name. Voyomere. When they were
Before he
there,
went to TS, yeah.
when they were there, that issues were still there. And they're the ones who had to sit and absorb all the punches that were coming just so they keep stability in the team.
Yeah.
Are you surprised that this is happening now again?
No, I'm not surprised. I think when those started to surface, and I think I had this conversation with you, that I think Swallows have the Swallows leadership. I think they've bit more than they can chew, and as a result, we're seeing all these problems that are happening there, and it looks like Steve Compella could be the next one out as well.
Does he even know what's happening?
I don't think
It's
does.
just
He
a
might
question.
leave by his choice.
He
No,
might leave
granted,
by
but
his
I'm saying,
choice.
does
But
he
it-
know that the league is about to go into resumption now in a couple of weeks' time?
Yeah.
He's 22 players down, which could also be more. Does he know?
And also, if you are a manager, why would you want to be in that situation?
But it's a situation that you find yourself in. It's not like look, with what's happening now at Sundowns, at Swallows, that would never happen there. What's happening now at Swallows, is like, if your wife, your girlfriend, your husband, your boyfriend cheats on you.
You must stop with these references, man.
Wait, man. I get it. It's to make it's to draw a
You must-
picture.
you must-
Relax.
Super sub,
Relax. Stay on the bench. If your spouse cheats on you, when they do it again, are you gonna be surprised? Reason I'm asking is, are we surprised that Swallows are finding themselves in the situation that they are in right now,
Not at
given their history?
I've already said I'm not surprised.
None
it
of us
is
are
quite
surprised, but it's
disheartening.
still unacceptable.
I
Just
agree.
like your cheating analogy.
I
If you
agree.
cheat again, I'm not surprised, but it's unacceptable.
No. Granted, I was not saying it's acceptable, but at some point, and we're gonna go back and they're gonna cry, no, we wanted sponsorship with a mobile service provider. We wanted a sponsorship with
From
a
a
betting
betting
company.
company.
What? At what point are you actually able to go and take accountability on some? Actually, the proposition that we sold was not good enough, and that's why those people did not go the whole way to actually sign that contract or that release or whatever it is.
That waiver, yeah.
The word does not want to come to me now,
Yeah.
right? And that's why they find themselves in the situation that they're in. Like it's. I think the last time I saw something as ridiculous as this, but obviously maybe it was much better, was back in the days of, was it Birmingham City, when their technical sponsor were also the headline sponsor, Reebok. Was it Birmingham City?
I can only picture Reebok with Bolton Wanderers. but-
It was Bolton. Thank you very much. Yes, it was Bolton. Thank you for the correction. And now you've got does that sponsor even make sense that they have? Everybody's going, like, we cry like, no, there's no sponsorship in the league. Sharp, cool. Yes, you went to go get,
What drip?
yes. Does it-
But we don't know
was-
what drip is bringing to the table.
Yeah, and I don't
Well,
think
we don't
clearly
know
it's
the
not-
numbers.
Yes.
Clearly, it's
also-
not money because
No, it's
there's-
not. I don't
it
think
seems like
Drip
there's
is
money
as
issues.
established to be able to give a
But even if
team
it-
such as Sun.
we can't say that it could be money, but it might not be enough.
It won't be
Yeah.
enough.
You're not going to run a club on one sponsorship.
We've said-
and we can't blame Drip for their shortcomings.
No, not at all.
Everyone we've spoken to that has some insight into what it's like to run a football club in South Africa has said that even the owners of football clubs don't realize until they're there how expensive it is to run a football club in South Africa.
But I was expecting Swallows to have known better because they have played in the top
Yeah.
flight before, and then they were relegated, and then were able to somehow with Brandon Truter, get themselves back.
But
up
remember,
there.
it's different
Different
management.
owners.
I get it, but from a financial perspective, guys,
the money is more now.
A football team is a business, and that means that when it comes to the happenings, when it comes to the financial standpoint, they are clearly not doing what they need to be doing.
No, definitely. Because
That's it.
if you're gonna go
It's
sign
simple.
players, you need to know that this is our income every month.
Yeah.
You need to do those checks and balances to see if you're gonna be able to sustain the team.
And
But how
then
do
begs
you-
the question that do they really then have a department that really focuses on making sure that there's money that's coming in and the team is being sustained?
yeah. You know what?
Do they really take these things seriously?
I think the ballers need to let us know here in the comments who should be the main sponsor for Morocco Swallows.
It's definitely not
I don't
good.
think a team. I don't think a brand right now would want to be
Associated
associated
with them.
with a team that is going through financial woes. Not now.
I think we should put Chiller's Punch there on the front of the shirt.
No, we are fine.
Or striped horse.
Ostratos.
But even if they are striped horses, they will still not win the race. But
Was that the end of your rant? So you
no,
you got a little bit more to give us more. We want more rants.
Look. It's the solo situation is saddening because now there's 22 players, maybe more, that are going to be without jobs. Now, this is also making Mickey Mouse out of the league. I mean, this is a league that has a good reputation on the continent. And now you suddenly hear like, no, 22 players have been kicked out.
Just like that.
So what's going to happen? Are you going to go sign more players? Do you have money to sign those players? Are you going to take the MDC players and give them 5,000 rand contracts?
May I interject right there? Because remember when I posted that, 22 players have been let go, you said, but they'll figure something out. What exactly were you saying they were going to do?
No. So when I said they'll figure something out, what I was referring to is like, okay, cheap labor. It's going to be like a sweatshop there in China. That's essentially what I mean.
Yeah, but that's how you get relegated from a top league like the DStv Premiership.
And also, do you think a coach like Gombela is going to want to have to go through all that?
He must be unemployed again.
And speaking of which, I mean, you can imagine that if the players are not getting paid, is Gombela even getting a salary? Or was it just a matter of him just not wanting to go out?
He's right. Trust me.
I mean, you can be okay financially, but you still need to get paid. You know what I mean?
No, I agree with you, Len, fully.
No, he's
and I think your rant today is warranted, and I think Swallows has brought this league into disrepute, and
Kimahlaza.
and they're running their football club like it's a spaza shop, and
respect spaza shops.
so you're saying the spaza shop are doing better job than Swallows?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
I just
quite
said respect
disappointing.
spaza shops.
That was a Len Moleko rant brought to you by Betway, where you get way more elsewhere in the PSL. Karma Billiant was training with SuperSport United. Was.
I don't even think SuperSport can afford him.
Hey, SuperSport's also struggling.
But then
That's what I'm
again, when
saying.
you're that old,
The thing about SuperSport, it's that guy, that friend of yours who's gonna come to the club and he will tell you, I'm having 3 beers and I'm leaving, because he knows that's all he can afford. Does that make sense? As opposed to a person who's going to be on some, no, let's have shots and everything else, and then come when it's time for the bill to be paid, and then it's a whole situation. SuperSport knows where they stand, and Gavin will tell you that I just made do with what I have, and that's it.
And boy, do they make do.
That's it.
True.
And that's why they are top 3 as we speak.
They pick their struggles.
They pick their struggle, but they for the resources at hand, what they achieve is excellent.
I agree.
No, definitely.
And just looking, and we're going to get to Afcon now, but just speaking about SuperSport United for a second, if you look at the volume of Mamelodi Sundowns players that came from those SuperSport sides as well, it's quite interesting to see the number of players that made the switch from SuperSport United to Sundowns.
It's almost like
It's like a feeder club, almost like a development center
you
for
cook,
Sundowns.
I'll come by takeaway.
So that it's a
open the
Borussia.
windows like, hey neighbor,
Pechile.
I need a midfielder there. Who do you have? I'm coming.
But it's good because it's good
smells
business
stew
then for
there.
SuperSport, because
Yes.
at least they can keep their head above water.
Essential
because-
business.
Do you understand? So they just keep on developing these people, and Gavin is an excellent person because he can develop these young boys.
And
And
also,
also
I'm sure he
it's-
doesn't like seeing them
No,
go,
it's not
but
even-
he has no choice.
Sure.
It's not even Gavin. You must remember with SuperSport United, their development does not suddenly mushroom there at under 17. The SuperSport schools start you at a very young age.
Yes.
And they are littered all over the country. So for them, looking for talent, it's almost like they took what they do to kind of what's the Cape Town Spurs academy
Ajax.
place.
Oh yes.
No, Ajax left. I guess.
Yes,
So now
they
they've
did leave us,
gone
yes.
to
But
default.
yes.
In Kamva or
In
something.
Canva, yeah, they've
Yes.
got like a Nguni name, yeah.
Yes. It's almost like they took the model that Cape Town Spurs / Ajax when it was. They took that model and they're like, you know what, I'm going to inject it with some steroids.
Nice.
And it's literally the SuperSport United fraternity
Academy.
in terms of and the academy, and it's insane. That is why season in, season out, Ron went, okay, cool, sharp. Can go. We'll find somebody else.
Yep.
For now, we'll find somebody that will just polyfiller for us, close the
In the
hole
meantime,
there.
yeah.
But we are developing. Mokwena, I want to leave. Okay, cool, it's fine. will, you know.
And I mean, isn't that what you would have expected, your top 5 clubs in the country to still do? I don't think Orlando Pirates, or even Akaza Chiefs, for example, have been doing, what they should be doing for grassroots levels.
They have
No,
good
Pirates
academies,
have.
though. Pirates have a good
Pirates
academy.
Yeah, but then when I have
Do you remember
conversations.
Yebo Yes?
Yes, but I mean, how many players recently, maybe guys, please, if you're able to, please let me know how many players at Orlando Pirates as we speak is coming from development.
They've been buying players, to be fair. but-
Mofokeng should be coming from there.
And even...
He was on the
what's it?
MDC team.
La Pasa.
No, Lipasa, they bought him from TS Galaxy.
No, Lepasa was always a Pirates player.
He went
was
on
low.
TS
Loan,
and then
yeah.
came back.
Yes, and yes.
And then Radio Pan as well is one
Yes.
of the boys that came through the ranks, but I think he's loaned out now. There's quite a few.
Isn't he at Cape Town Spurs still?
Yeah, he's still.
Hey,
that's
speaking of good academies, just my last word. I don't even want us to elaborate on this because I want to go to the coast that has Ivory on it.
Yeah.
Stellies.
They also have something good going.
They also have something good going.
But
So-
also because it's almost like the super sports schools, but with them, it's limited almost to like Stellenbosch.
Yeah.
Their pool is not as big,
as SuperSport. But what they're
Yes.
doing with that, like you look at the development of players like Duprea, who've now gone to Chiefs. It's also, you see a lot of it there. And it's been a lot of quality in that Stelly side in recent years for youngish players.
Cape Town City also almost on that level. They look like they're also doing like that machinery thing where okay, cool, the Coke is out, it's fine, we're gonna make another one at the bottom.
That's nice.
Yes.
Yeah,
type of vibe.
talking about development, shout out to Farouk Khan. He's doing like stellar
Oh
job.
yes,
with,
Stars of Africa. I
the
saw
Stars of
he-
Africa is back with like great facilities and all of that. And big up to him. And he has developed quite a few players in South African football.
Marno School of Excellence.
And while we're at it, guys,
It's
it looks...
Excellent anymore.
Yeah.
It has stopped.
It looks
excelling.
as if that college, Orbit College, might just then get promoted. They're sitting very strongly in the first position.
You know what? I'm
That
happy.
and JDR.
I'm happy for Orbit College, and I'll tell you why.
Tell me.
No team in the Northwest has played in the Premier League DStv Premiership.
Oh yeah, it was about Platinum Stars at some point.
Platinum was the last one.
Yes.
And then I think their status was sold as well, ne?
No, they are but they are in the first division.
No, that's Platinum City Rovers.
Oh yes, it's not
Different
Platinum
team.
Stars.
The one that,
yes.
who was
Close
working.
Holela was a coach or something there, yes. So I'm glad there's a team from the Northwest. Big ups to the Northwest
Representation,
Orbit College for keeping very well. And from the start of the season, they hit the ground running.
I agree.
Doing better than the likes of Maritzburg, who actually
Sure.
you would expect that they would have been like the top boys there. So big ups to Orbit College, man.
Okay, just as we jetting off, just two more things to say. Rest in peace to former Orlando Pirates and Hellenic midfielder Bernard Dancing Shoes Hartzer.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
I don't know him.
No, you don't. Do you clap for condolences?
Well, he's done well.
It's a condolence clap.
Okay.
Yeah, let's,
I was just asking.
It's a condolence clap. Yeah. And Mamelodi Sundowns shopping in South America again.
Nothing
for
new.
and a half
Nothing
year
new.
deal
Yeah.
for
What
Matthias
else?
Escovel
yeah.
From Argentina.
from Argentina. So
Yo, this league is gonna get
Sundowns
yo,
shopping
the
and
new.
shopping and shopping the way that they shop.
They are rich.
So that
Now-
76
It
million
was
is
70
working. ne?
million, exactly.
Sundowns guys, they don't shop like us
Guys,
at Miss.
may I ask-
They go to the Diamond Walk when they shop.
Guys, may I ask, would you, if financial fair play was something that would be adopted in the Premier Soccer League, would you say that the likes of Sundowns will then start to get affected?
115 charges.
It won't work.
115 charges against.
So here's the thing: financial
Yeah.
fair play in this country would not work
Tell me why.
at all.
because the clubs can't run. It's too expensive to operate a club here, and you don't make enough money.
Exactly.
It won't work.
Literally, we've just like the Swallows conversation.
Yeah.
That's why financial fair play won't work.
Every
in
club would
years.
be on minus 20 points at the end of
You
the
can't
season.
run a
You
club
can't.
with 1.2 million that you're getting every month from.
Yeah.
Because financial fair play essentially says
You have
the
too
club,
much money.
No.
The
The,
club
club
has
must
to
sustain
spend
itself.
itself.
With what they made.
With what they make. So
Profit.
the owners have to not be injecting money into the club.
SuperSport will sell 5 t-shirts because they've got 5 supporters. You know, they're not even going to make money out of it, you know. So,
And if you Swallows, you ain't got drip. So
well, the dripping players.
kind of vibes, you know. So it won't work.
Okay, so to Ivory Coast, 2 matches live right now. We've got Mauritania taking on Algeria. Mauritania starting strong, even though they're sitting on 1 point here, and Algeria really need this game. Mauritania have been pushing, and Burkina Faso against Angola. Those 2 sides are through already, from what I understand, on their 5 points. They'll be through at least in 3rd position. So it doesn't really matter what happens there, but I'm sure they'll be playing for wins.
Chances are we're going to play one of the teams in this group, eh? Well, obviously, depending on what we're going to do, because we still have...
Where's your calculator?
Do you have a Casio?
Yeah, get the calculators out. Let's talk about this.
It's scientific, guys.
And for anyone who's watching right now and who has not been able to watch the 2 previous matches, Gambia and Cameroon winning 3-2 against Gambia, and then we had Senegal clean sheet 2-0 against Guinea.
Is it Gambia or is it the Gambia?
It's the Gambia.
It's the Gambia.
The Gambia.
Okay.
Mara bangotse Gambia.
Are you...
Handball.
Okay.
Oh yes, that was something else.
The hand of God.
The hand of yellow
2024.
card.
Yes.
The hand of yellow card.
He tried.
He tried.
Oh, he
But
tried
why did it take that long though?
That was the worst.
That was weird.
It was weird because VAR has been so good in this tournament so far.
But I think
it's
he was trying to make sure that there was no contact with the hand.
I think he was trying to make sure of the intent, maybe,
Yes.
for the yellow card decision.
I agree.
Maybe it was just about the yellow card that it took so long, because the decision should have been easy.
Because for me, I saw he paused when the ball was closer to the hand. So that's what I'm saying. I think he was trying to see if did it really hit the hand or it looked like it hit the hand.
So
I don't know.
Unana dropped from the side and they still conceded 2, nearly 3.
What do we say about Unana at this point?
I don't
What
think
is-
it's a
You know,
problem.
actually,
must go back to Manchester.
someone was tweeting me, and I was like, "No, man, give him a chance. He's on his way." And then it did eventually come. And I forget his name, but he was saying to me, "I promise you, let's bet on this. Unana is going to keep on making these silly mistakes." And shame, man.
If I were a Cameroon fan, I'd be very upset with Onana because he didn't join the squad right away. He wanted to
Number
play
one.
in that last game for Manchester United. Just join the squad right away.
Yeah.
Or don't come. Like Lyle Foster.
Oh.
Do what you need to do. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think I respect Lyle Foster's decision more than Unana's.
Dang.
That's a tough one.
Okay, I don't. Now that I think about it. But still,
Dang.
just because the Lyle Foster one's more personal.
But also, I mean, why did Rigabert Song played him in that game? You know,
Stature.
True.
the best goalkeeper last season in Europe.
Yeah, I
Technically.
suppose.
And he
but-
plays for Man United. Stature.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because some starting 11s are done on stature.
I suppose. But also, I mean,
So what do we say about him? Is he just going through a slump and then
it's a
he will
slump.
be okay?
I think.
Yeah.
I think, and also, I mean, he joined Manchester United, which is a team that is disjointed. No one at United is flourishing right now. Give me one player that you can really say it's flourishing.
Yo, Marco.
Jordan Sancho. I said Manchester United.
Not yet.
Sorry.
Maybe Alejandro Garnacho is flourishing just because
In
you don't
pockets.
expect more from a
there's
young
nothing else
talent
going
like him
on,
because
yeah.
he's so young.
Yeah.
Okay. Back to Afcon.
What do you say about Onana, friend? I mean,
I'm a Man United fan. I hope
Yeah.
he recovers and we see the goalkeeper that he is.
Live in hope.
I think that, hopefully he turns out like David De Gea, who started off his career full of mistakes at Manchester United and then came right and then became.
But sadly,
best.
because Man United is so iced right now,
It doesn't give him a chance, hey?
yes. So he's just getting whipped with everybody else.
Yeah.
Because the
From
team
behind
is
even.
so bad.
yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about Bafana Bafana. Let's talk about that result against Namibia on Sunday. Shall we start with the concerns or shall we start with the happy stuff about how good it was? I mean,
Yeah, look, I think let's start with how good they were. You know, I think in that game, the difference between that game and the first game is that we took our chances. You
how good
know,
was Zwane?
brilliant.
Excellent.
I think he carried us in that game. He carried Bafana Bafana. He played very well, but big up to everyone. I think they made their intentions very clear from the beginning that they actually want to win that match. And And for them to go and convert early, it made a lot of difference, because we saw how Namibia also was very good with those crosses. Had they sneak one in, it could have been a different story. I mean, we played well in the first game, but did not convert. The second match, we converted our chances, and I think that is the difference between the two matches.
And the absence of Ukulu.
Look, I mean, Kekana is, and the partnership of Kekana and Vala, we did mention that, I mean, they've played together for a while now.
Yep.
They've traveled together to Africa. It was a no-brainer for me.
It was a Sundowns back five with Ronwen Williams, birthday boy, getting a clean sheet for his birthday. Ooh, nearly a goal for Algeria. Well defended. But with Mvala and Mudau, I mean, that Mamelodi Sundowns back line.
And Morena on the right there with connecting very well with Mudau. It was...
I think there's two things very promising for me as well. I mean, beyond Zwane's performance, which I think was the best performance I've seen at the tournament so far. Other than maybe Mane, one or two. I mean, Mane has been great as well for Senegal. But I think that the changes from Hugo Bruce paid off.
Yeah.
I think that is really promising to see that the manager seems to have done something right, And I would also like to look at Percy Tau having the character to step up and take a penalty and convert it.
Yeah, no, that was beautiful. It could have gone either way, hey? I mean, but the bravery for me,
yeah, I love seeing
of going to step up and say, you know what, I've missed the first one.
I've got this.
I've got this.
I don't think he was going to rest. I mean, you saw him with that match against Mali that, he felt as though, number one, he disappointed us and he wanted to redeem himself so badly. And I think the only way he was ever going to be okay in this entire tournament was for him to be able to take a penalty and then make sure that it's a goal. So well done to him. Clearly, he is much stronger mentally. Moleko.
Moleko, you've been very quiet about Bafana.
Exactly.
Bafana
No. I was waiting for I'm just here. Everybody's.
Are we all very excited? We're not going to let you speak. You need to take your moment.
No. So my thing is, look, did we play well? No, we played to win. That's the difference.
Yeah, I agree.
Against Mali, we played well, and that worked against us. We played well in the first half. Remember, we were all very excited. It's like, okay, cool,
Yes,
look. But against Namibia, we played to win. However, the first 10 minutes, don't know what's going on. Because there were two chances that Namibia had. One was for Shalulile, and I think the other one was for Dion Hoto. Either one of those go in, I don't think we were going to be able to bounce back. Because it seems like, which is a concern for me going into the last game. I was going to say going further into the tournament, but we are still at Casio level now. It's what I've noticed is the teams that show character. Nobody's playing beautiful except for Cape Verde, Senegal, Morocco to a degree, but nobody's playing beautiful football to get the results that they want to get. They are playing direct football in order to get the results. It's score,
playing it safe.
Not even safe. It's the bravery.
Strategic, tactical.
Yeah, the goal is to get a goal.
The goal to win.
Right? And to win.
I think Bafana plays some of the most enterprising attacking football. Build-up play from the defense to the midfield. But I have a concern going forward, just like you, defensively, and especially in giving away possession.
In our half.
So Bafana have been really vulnerable to the press because Bafana tried to play the ball out. And I think that they've been vulnerable to the press.
If it doesn't work, don't do it. Hoof the ball. Yes.
If it's not certain, if it's not sure, I just hope, because they did get better with it than they were against Mali, but it was still a concern.
So what do we say about Tunisia then?
I just hope that Bafana keeps getting better with that, because that was the major concern. Because Bafana, in terms of their attacking play, they will make chances. They need to take the chances.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. The difference is that in that game, we took our chances and then they went in,
And Namibia didn't take their chances.
Namibia didn't take their chances.
That was the difference.
And they created those chances.
My fear is, but it's a smaller Yana fear. Like, that small, is that Tunisia are going to throw everything but the kitchen sink at us.
From the first minute.
Yes, it's a do or die game for them. If they don't win, they are going home, right?
Yeah.
Because everybody else has 3 points in the group except them. So chances are a draw, they finish fourth. They don't even have a third place playoff chance. Ne? So and we noticed against Mali, in the first 10 minutes, they came at us. We looked shook.
True.
But eventually we were able to neutralize and play our game. Second half, they came at us like a wrecking ball. Tunisia comes at us like a wrecking ball. Do we have a counter to that? Because speaking of a counter, that's exactly how we should be playing that game. But do we have enough personnel? Do we play 4 at the back and 2 defensive midfielders, speedy wingers, maybe and a target man, so that it's like, no, we can absorb your pressure. When we get the ball, we are on our striped horses.
What
to go
about
score a goal.
maybe 3 at the back, or the same system that was played by Bafana in this game, but ask Sitole to do even more of a defensive job?
That could work. But
And maybe don't play out the back as much. Maybe look more direct.
that's what I was going to ask. Do we approach that game with a different game plan where because like
For the
Len
first
says,
10 minutes.
we need to absorb the pressure.
For the first 10 minutes,
we
maybe
will
do
be
that.
we will be absorbing the pressure throughout because the only thing that's going to stop Tunisia from
It's if we score first.
from coming at us is literally going to be them pushing for 10, 15, 20 minutes, and then the conditions, the weather, as well as the humidity. Did I say humidity?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. That will deter them because they are not used to those weather conditions. And that's why you see a lot of the North African teams actually struggling in this competition. But
Muhammad, it's hot up there, man.
I don't even think we can
Tunisia
somehow.
and Egypt, those countries are hot as hell. I mean, they're
Are
in
they
Africa.
humid though?
But I think
Yes.
most South African players play in, most of the Mamelodi Sundowns players play in Pretoria or Johannesburg all the time, which is not as hot, but the altitude.
yes.
So I think Bafana's fitness levels have looked very good. They've been
And also
playing
scoring first will be very key for Bafana
very
Bafana.
key.
No, granted. So when I'm talking about the whole conditions working against them, you could see they were very sluggish against Namibia as well. That's why Namibia was able to hold them. Conditions were not necessarily working for them. Even in the game against Mali, but they managed to string something nyana to get a point. But I think by that time, Mali's like, we've got 4 points. Chances are we are through to the last 16. So recurrent, Namibia in the last game, if we beat them, recurrent, draw against them, recurrent.
Yeah, that our group is very tricky, hey? Because we can find ourselves at number 4 with those 3 points.
Yeah, so if Tunisia were to beat South Africa and Namibia were to beat Mali, or even draw against Mali,
We are buggered.
South Africa will be on 3 points, and Namibia, Tunisia, and Mali will all be on 4 or more points.
That's the worst case scenario.
That's the
for us.
worst
Worst
case
case
scenario.
scenario.
So, if Namibia were to lose against Mali and Bafana Bafana were to lose against Tunisia, but not by a margin of more than 1 or 2 goals, they'll still qualify as one of the best finishing third places, because Ghana have finished on 2 points. They'll definitely be going home. And Ivory Coast, who are on 3 points, have a goal difference of -3. So they're likely to be the team joining Ghana.
Against Guinea,
Any are number.
they're 4 points, so they in with a good
Guinea are
chance.
through already.
Yes.
Guinea are through already because Ghana and Ivory Coast are on fewer points, and only 2 third-placed sides don't progress.
No. Cameroon are through because they've got a better, I think,
Yes,
head-to-head.
Cameroon and Guinea are through.
Yes.
Cameroon and Senegal are through.
And
No, Senegal was confirmed
Senegal
long
as well.
ago.
Yes.
They're the only
Yeah.
3 out of 3 team now.
Yeah.
But
in the
Guinea,
tournament.
Cameroon, and Senegal are all through. It's Ghana and Ivory Coast. Ghana is definitely out. That's confirmed as well. Ivory Coast might still progress if in groups E, D, or F, there are third place finishers who finish on fewer points.
So that basically means that these matches are going to be a
determining
determinator.
factor for
Yes.
Cote d'Ivoire,
Yes.
but it is very likely that Ivory Coast is the team to join Ghana as one of those worst third place
Because
finishers.
the goal difference is not make sure. It's not looking good.
So if Namibia were to lose if South Africa and Mali win the games tomorrow night, then Ivory Coast will be safe and Namibia will be the team that is sacrificed.
But guys, this is simple. Can't we just win our game?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Been saying this.
Bafana actually just need to draw.
But when we are South Africans, we are prepping ourselves for the worst case scenario. And we've been here before.
Let's draw a game. Man.
Can we just win?
Yeah, just win.
We must win.
Like,
No,
We
winning,
must win for the momentum of the rest of the tournament.
winning
because
means we finish first or second.
Imagine we lose. And
winning we can finish first. I don't think Mali are going to beat Namibia.
Hey, Namibia, apparently those guys, I was having a chat with one of the journals from Namibia, who's in Ivory Coast right now. The loss against Bafana, it's there. It's in the external hard drive. It's not on the cloud. It's external hard
Behind
drive.
them. It's gone.
Yeah, they don't. They are abara. What they're focusing on is the game against Mali.
the what Mali?
Funi Mali. And they will be on the money if they win that game.
Because they've got some nice bonuses for beating Tunisia.
Yes.
was not 300k. How much did they get?
Yeah, something around.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Lord Wang Ngobo says, can you just please talk about Ivory Coast being the host country and not qualifying, being this year, even third place qualifies for the quarterfinals?
That's not 100% confirmed as yet, Londwa, but it is very concerning to see Ivory Coast in that position.
Shame, man.
Especially
Why you guys acting fresh?
It's happened to us in the World Cup.
Yeah, hey, you are out here
So,
acting fresh about
hey,
Ivory
man.
Coast.
Yeah, no.
Leave Ivory Coast
Who
alone.
were the first country in the world?
I think
In the World Cup, yeah?
I think Equatorial Guinea has been one of the surprise packages.
They're excellent. I enjoyed the match.
They've been very good.
Yeah.
Cabo Verde.
And we didn't think
I think they're
that
favorites.
I don't think that Equatorial Guinea was expected to finish top of Group A, and they did. They finished top of Group A ahead of Nigeria and Ivory Coast.
Speaking of Nigeria, guys, what are your thoughts on Victor and his performance thus far?
Nigerians always start slow.
Yeah, I know.
Eventually,
Even in the World Cup.
when time comes, they all over you.
Yeah.
Or all over the place.
And speaking of favorites, I mean, Cape Verde, we're talking about how well they've played and they have been exceptional. There's only one team on 9 points,
That's
Senegal.
Senegal.
Yeah.
And there's 2 unbeaten.
Yeah, Senegal's the only team to have won every single one of their fixtures. And there's not a single other team that can match that from what I see. Everyone else has at least drawn a fixture.
Well, Morocco is still to play.
Morocco
drawn
drew a
one.
fixture.
Oh, yes.
Remember their very first match was a draw?
So Senegal's the only team that's going to qualify from the group stages with a 100% record. And they've been impressive. Not only have they won all their games, they've won them well. They've scored 8 goals and conceded 1.
Only 1 year.
And they've been excellent.
Yeah, it's still early stages.
Yeah, we've seen people having 3 out of 3 in group stages.
Of course, I'm not
Last
saying that
16,
this is
yeah.
a determining factor for the whole tournament.
And we've seen people finish in third
But
and
for
win
me,
tournaments.
so far from what
And
I've
they are
seen,
Portuguese.
so far from what I've seen, is Senegal has been excellent.
No, true.
And
No, definitely.
I'm
They're clear
really
favorites by far.
I think so. But Bafana have played exceptional football in the first half in the Mali game and in the Namibia game. The quality of the football from Bafana has been great. If we can stop giving chances to the opposition in our third, giving away possession, I think Bafana have a really good chance to go very far in this tournament.
How far?
Not very far.
Semi-finals,
Yeah.
I believe the way they've played. If they stop giving away chances and they solidify at the back, why not believe that Bafana side, who's been so good with Tau, Zwane, the quality that they've shown,
Not finals.
I appreciate
even
your
finals, they can get there. I believe it.
I just wanted to disagree with what Tepi was saying.
optimism. Number one.
So guys, who's your dark horse in this tournament right now?
You could tell
Cape
Guinea for
Verde.
me.
I think they're favorites, eh?
Nah, the favorites are still the favorites. The favorites are your
Senegal,
Mali,
Cameroon.
Senegal. Cameroon might go home. I think they are going home.
No, they're number 2.
They're
Oh, they're
two.
number 2. Yes,
number
yes,
two.
yes.
We
yes.
spoke about our
I think Burkina Faso.
Is it?
Burkina Faso.
South Africa?
Nah, man.
But they're not dark horses as much as Burkina Faso, are they?
South Africa.
Yeah.
South Africa, with our ranking, we should be favorites.
Are we discounting Egypt? They finished second in their group. They through to the 16s. Are we saying
Aren't we talking dark horses? Egypt were one of the favorites for the tournament
I'm
before.
talking about they're dark horses. They haven't won a game.
No,
But now
they're
they, but they
Egypt, man.
don't. No, we're talking the beginning of the tournament. Is dark horse before a ball was kicked.
No. The favorites are what were the you are here to add numbers. Okay, there's your hotel room. Honor your fixtures.
Like
After
a
2 games,
Tanzania.
it's like, okay, what's going on now?
I think that
Those are dark horses.
I've been surprised by some of our southern African neighbors. Namibia have been very good, and Angola have been very good.
Guys, what did Mozambique do? Hey?
Mozambique,
Mozambique,
Mozambique
Ghana.
was
did
also
something, eh? Yeah.
Mozambique.
We just want to talk.
It's crazy.
We don't want to fight. We just want to talk.
And I think the biggest talking point in this Afcon so far is the decline of the giants of African football.
Is it the
it the
decline of the
decline?
giant or is the ascent of the underdogs?
Because it's been a good tournament. The quality of football on show has been excellent.
How a black star has fallen.
That is fair.
How the elephants are suddenly not so majestic.
That is fair.
Not as mammoth.
Hey.
I just think because
Because
I've
you say
watched.
Ivory Coast and people is like, hey, Ghana, hey, oh.
Yeah, but there's no Yaya Toure or Didier Drogba.
I mean, I've
you've got
watched
the
teams
Ayus.
like Tanzania playing beautiful football. Teams like Mozambique, like pressing. Like the flow of that Mozambican side in the last 10 minutes of yesterday's game, it was just unreal. So I think other teams are catching up, and the competition is now tighter,
I love it when a Super Cup. And also, remember that there's also an Asian Cup that's happening, but it seems as though Afcon has really taken, a lot of the attention of every other competition.
No, the Asian
that's
Cup was
happening.
only good for the spectacles, like the lights.
Yeah, that's
the
what I'm
opening
saying.
ceremony.
Yeah.
Like,
Glitz and glamour fair.
India didn't win a single game. They lost all their games and they didn't score a single goal.
See,
How
you
many
don't even
corners
know
did they
that.
get? Never mind.
No,
Let's not go to that age-old joke. But yeah.
I'm Portuguese. I heard it enough times.
But like, yeah, Asian Cup, really, nobody.
But that would mean that, Patrice and also just the entire federation have been taking great strides in making sure that African football is on the world stage because
No, for sure.
you see exactly what is
Actually,
happening.
no, big ups to Kev for
they
the
are doing
spectacle they have
amazing
put
things.
Well done.
so
The
far.
quality of
organized.
officiating that we were
Yes.
speaking
You know what I
about,
mean?
the
And I just
officiating.
also love that there's so many other women that are taking part as officiators as well, and they're also doing
And
an
commentary.
excellent job.
Ayanda was a
Love.
commentator this week, right?
Come on.
For one of the fixtures.
Beautiful. I love
Yeah.
that. The inclusion.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
No,
Yeah,
it's
no,
been
I
Just
a
think-
celebrating African
fantastic
football and just
tournament.
being us, you know?
No, I think Kev is in good hands.
Yeah,
I've
I
got
agree.
my own theory though, but I'm not gonna say it today. Ask me what some other time about the whole.
Why did you tell
Okay,
us?
today is finished. It's some other time
Yeah,
now.
what
So
did
what's
you
your
tell
theory?
like Super Sub, no one knows you talk.
No, it's okay. I'll tell you my theory
Your
one
theory.
day.
Okay, no, we're listening. Mun.
No, it's okay. No, today it's about uploading the beautiful
Yeah.
Afcon that we've seen thus far.
And he did say it's going to be
big
one of
up
the best.
to Patrice. I mean, he did say it's going to be one of the best this season. I mean, this edition.
I don't
And-
think it's one of the best. I think
It's the best.
The best.
Look, for me,
Well, it's subjective. That's why maybe
Fair
he said
enough.
that. You know,
And
so
I'm on the continent. I'm not in Asia, so I hear the subjectivity. What did I want to ask you? Now I forgot.
do Bafana beat Tunisia tomorrow?
yes.
Oh, I wanted to say, except France versus Argentina, I'm willing to put my head on this block right. No, it's a table. Sorry, but proverbial block.
Which head?
This.
Wow, Super Sub.
Super.
Get your man out the gutter, bro.
ask these things.
Get your man out the gutter. Yo.
Both.
Wow.
Yeah,
Continue.
both. The other one is long enough to be with the other one. On the
Wow.
table. This Afcon.
Ballers, I apologize. I want to say sorry. I'm sorry. This Afcon versus World Cup.
Better than the 2022.
Almost every single game better.
It's giving, yeah.
This
Yeah.
Afcon has been better so far than the 2022 FIFA World Cup that was hosted in
Our
Qatar.
World Cup was bad on so
was
many
bad.
levels. And
Yes.
I'm not saying that that's why AFCON's better is because the World Cup was so bad. This AFCON was so good, is so good, that it's distracting me from club football. And AFCON has never distracted me from club football before in Europe. Never. No, it's been
This
excellent.
Afcon is so good, there hasn't been a goalless draw.
Yeah, there hasn't been a goalless draw. It's been goals galore.
So the standard of African football is clearly
Well,
improving.
By the game that's playing now. But it's still playing.
We don't know exactly.
we don't know yet.
Yeah.
This AFCON has been so good that there's never been a decision where, well, there's maybe probably one where we're like, oh, but in terms of officiating, I think we're also spot on there.
And I believe that we actually know how to utilize VAR properly.
Yeah, maybe it should come to DSTV Premiership.
We don't have money.
How much is it really? How much does it really
Okay,
cost?
firstly, do we have, we
The
have
stadiums
stadiums?
need to be VAR-ing.
But
first.
SuperSport already have cameras. That's all you need for VAR. You don't need goal line technology and what. We're talking VAR.
That would be quite interesting.
SuperSport
We
can
need to
just
get
set up a
someone.
suite. They can speak. They already speak remotely to the referees.
Get some people there
But,
to
but
sit
there
and
are
watch.
there are standards. So if you're gonna use VAR, there are standards, and you have to go to
SuperSport already meet the standards.
no. You have to use certain things.
Which
from,
stadiums are we going to be using?
Kind of like these people who make the thing for tennis and for
Aye.
cricket, Hawkeye. I think
Hawkeye.
yes. You have to go to Hawkeye and license using VAR.
We call it a different name. Then fine. We don't need the tech. Cameras are fine.
Okay.
They use broadcaster cameras. They set up a nice referees booth at SuperSport at here in Randburg. There at multi-choice. Take a space. Give it to some referees. They can go rewind, slow-mo, what. SuperSport's already got all the technology.
Can we also shout out Tunisia for their lovely stadiums?
Tunisia.
Cote d'Ivoire.
Tunisia, Cote d'Ivoire.
Are you stressed already?
I clearly am.
Man, one track mind.
Like-
Tunisia is all we thinking about
No, like
this
for real.
week.
Because I am still
It's
nervous
true.
about Tunisia, guys. I'm
but
nervous.
we've got their number.
I agree with you, Tepi. And also, like with what Len said, I
Yo,
think they're going to come
I'm
out gun
nervous.
blazing. Because it's they have to get results. And they have to get positive, well, results they will get. But they have to get positive
Do you
results
understand?
tomorrow.
Yeah, so I'm quite nervous about Tunisia tomorrow, yo. Anyway.
Skawara, you must have sugar water when you get home.
No, but need you, but
fine.
need you.
Speaking of heading home, I think the hopes are that Bafana Bafana brings this whole tournament home all the way. I believe. Let's go. Let's believe in Bafana Bafana. Remember Bafana
And then we get a
Bafana's-
public holiday. Ne?
Yeah, we will get another one.
Helle Vietnam.
But they'll wait for
But
the...
on Vietnam.
Yeah.
No, when you say knee, you must finish with a knee.
No, Helle Vietnam, wat ons weet.
Viet.
Because then it would be, they don't know what we don't know. And there's a goal for Algeria against Mauritania. And there we go. First half goal.
Mazel.
And that is very good news for Algeria, who's a very good side that will go on to 6 points if things stay as they are. That is Algeria.
The
and
Desert
It's
Foxes.
interesting. I was expecting them to have a lighter shade.
Of what?
of
Yellow bonus.
Yeah,
or-
complexion, yeah.
Watch it, it's hot there.
I get it. But
They are
again,
turning. They're tied in the match.
You are funny. You are hilarious.
Yeah, so just watching back the goal. Sorry, ballers, if you're not watching along with this. But a shot from distance is defended really
Jeez,
poorly.
did you see
and it gives
Bebe's goal?
opportunity.
You guys let go of a jam.
And that's Angola that scored, guys. What isn't it? Angola?
No, you're watching a different game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is
are we
Algeria versus Mauritania, I think.
No, wait, that should be Mauritania who scored.
guys.
That's maybe Mauritania who scored.
Yes, we just
That's
saw
what-
a goal.
And that's what I was saying. They're so dark.
No, it's a very fair point. It's Algeria who...
It's Angola. It's Angola, guys.
No, this is the different game.
It's Mauritania who have scored against Algeria in this game. I
Yes.
apologize.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
The complexion does not
yeah,
give
yeah, yeah.
Algeria.
No, it was a very, very fair point, Tippy.
How?
I don't
So-
see
No,
No, it's
colour,
hot
so-
there. They are turning.
What are you finna say? What are you
It's been a
finna
long
say?
show, guys.
Well,
It's
What
been
are
a
you
long
finna
show.
say?
It is.
Thank you so much, ballers, for joining us on another episode of Onside ZA as we watch closely.
Did we give away
for
the
rest of
prizes?
the Afcon. We
Yes,
gave away
we
the prizes
have.
already. We announced everybody who's winning prizes. I'd like to thank Len Moleko.
Thank you very much, Marco. Yo,
That was a good rant today as
no,
well.
Ah, that was I'm buying a beer for that one, my friend.
Well done.
yo.
Seppi Worldwide, thank you so much, darling.
Thank you.
Oh, you don't want my beer? Huh?
Can we move? Yo.
Hey, and Super Sub, thank you so much for joining us. But most of all, thank you to
Danko.
you, the ballers. Danko.
Please, thank you.
Brought to you by Betway. Getway more. Remember, don't be
Celebrating
oval balls and those struck with a bat. Now rests its hopes on its favorite son. Bafana Bafana. The boys. Glory rests upon the backs of Williams, Zwane and Tau, adorned in the gold stripes of Radebe, Kumalo and Masinga before them.
This is a chance, yes! Mark Williams has scored!
28 years since the roar of a nation rang from the waves of Cape Point to the mines of Musina. That roar now echoes to the coast of Ivory. Awaited by pharaohs of Egypt, princes of Nigeria, but first, the great emperors of Mali, South Africa, Bafana Bafana go on to battle with those who stand in the way of once again being crowned the kings of Africa. This is Afcon 2024. This is Onside ZA, brought to you by Betway. Get way more.